You know, there's a story a long time ago where a young cadet put his FTO in for the murder of his wife and went up to trial, got a conviction, and right as the conviction was about to come up, apparently he jumped up, Murphy jumped up and goes, "I'm drunk, I'm on cocaine, I'm actually not in the right state of mind." I'm waiting for that.
Was it the wife of the cadet or the wife of the FTO?
It was Jordan Steele. He murdered his wife, and then yeah, it was a cop.
Also, Elena
wait,
was
she
sad
worked
that
for
she
me.
Was,
yeah, he
Elena
murdered
was
by
sad
his
that
sister.
she wasn't getting to testify, so that sounds like she wants to testify. So it sounds like they already know what she wants to do.
Mm.
Yeah, she did.
Yes. That's why he was like, just see if they'll let you do a narrative. And then when I asked it, I was like, oh god, this does not make sense.
Oh my god, Maximilian Angel is crazy.
What happened?
Look at his client, bro.
A giant weed grow up is a much cooler way to get impeached. Dang!
Like the
Yo!
Is he wrong though? Is he wrong?
Yeah, yeah, that is true. Yo, selling guns would be cooler.
Apparently the male that failed the state, and that's why everything went.
Selling guns would be even
At least that's how
cooler.
the news portrayed it.
Yo, 100 gifted subs and I'll do it.
Not betrayed, failed the state. Like I think Maximilian Angel was the last person to be male before the fucking everything fell apart.
Yeah.
Yeah, that could just be bad timing, or it could have been his fault. I don't know. Wasn't it?
Yeah. Yeah. Yo, I so want to do this. Oh my god. Yo, chat. No balls? I don't know if I'd have the balls to do this.
I'm going to put in a suggestion with you, Murray, that...
Wait, but I don't know where the bench is. There's no evidence of it.
Doing this.
Literally nothing even remotely would prove it.
What the fuck? I'm coming to work for the DOJ. Give me a job.
If you can do what she does, gladly.
Can you? All right. After a brief deliberation, Wes, this is your first time in my courtroom, but I'm sure Maxwell can attest that I am
DNA. I don't even know where the chat. I don't think you understand.
Very by the book.
I literally do not know where the blueprint is.
A first-hand
like OOC. I literally asked for. I don't want to know where it is. I don't want to know who's making it. I don't know who is dropping it. I literally have zero idea. Like OOC.
Evidence.
I put the request in and it happens.
You genuinely felt like the sheer amount.
I don't pick up the parts. I don't give the money.
You could have
in fact, most of the money is not. I don't even know where it is anymore. So I can't even conceivably, if and when and whatever gets discovered, it's going to be surprising to me. I don't even know who's making it.
Or we can move
all the rifles.
Into, highlighting of evidence with the prosecution.
I didn't know she was talking.
I think they spend 6 hours to go over every single test message. They should just do it.
All right, everybody get comfortable.
Are you calling Elena?
Yes, I am.
Right.
Oh!
I do need to...
Yeah, she said do your job, Murphy.
To pull up these
I'm sorry, guys. I didn't realize she was talking. All she said was...
It's the right one, but...
Annie, the ERP is...
Wait, who said that? Yeah, she said that they don't have to highlight evidence; they have to follow procedure.
I got that on my bingo card.
No, yeah, but I don't want to interrupt the court case either. It's okay. I apologize.
What's she doing? She praying for an answer to what left and right is?
Bro. Oh my God.
Bro,
Okay. Do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth under penalty of perjury? So help you.
I think the moment's lost. I should have done it in the moment.
Boy, do I. Can't wait.
Thank you. The witness has been sworn in.
Thank you. All right, prosecution. Or apologies. Sorry, I forgot we switched sides. Defense, go ahead.
How are you today, Princess Elena?
Objection relevant.
You know what, Murphy? I'm doing pretty well.
You ready to go over some phone records at length?
Yeah, let's do it. Let's do it.
Okay. On June 1st of 2025 at 12:12, you texted to...
He's going to exhaust himself before he doesn't have the endurance for this.
Already bored with the handcuffs?
I don't think he has the
Harness
brain
off.
cells for this. Let
What
alone
did you mean by that?
No, I'll go talk for 2 hours. I got no problem.
I see that every day.
Oh, I know.
Oh, okay. All right. Listen. Hey, I got substance at least.
Pray to God there's no nightclub ticket
And
reference.
then
in this.
there was a response saying lasso next. What was that in reference?
Oh, if I could talk
Western
about what
Wednesday.
I know.
Objection, hearsay.
Oh no.
Western Wednesday. Very good. And on the same day, you sent the same number or received a message from the same number saying, "You by the counter ain't looking too bad." What was that in reference?
Wait, they haven't put into evidence that they're dating.
There's a lot of counters. Like, that could be anything. I would hope I wasn't looking too bad. I try to keep, I try
No,
to stay
I know, but it hasn't been
my best.
established they have a relationship. Just that they're in the cabinet and he's self-providing that relationship.
And on June 1st, also, there was an exchange from 266-2843 and 684-4253. Is Benny dead? I saw his twat and he hasn't answered a call or message. Was that in reference to anything to
Saw
do with
his
this
what?
case?
Wait.
Sorry, say it again. Say the message again.
The twat read, the text read, "Is Benny dead? I saw his twat and he hasn't answered a call or message."
Who sent that?
I don't know. These are two different phone numbers.
Oh, okay. No idea, honestly. He's not dead, though, by the way. He's here.
I'm glad we could clear that up.
Hi.
Hey, Benny. Okay. The other text in this line of questioning is to do with that, and we've already cleared that up. Okay, so from 420-521-0996 to your phone number, can you call me for a quick question? Are you familiar with that phone number? Do you remember that text message?
Not off the top of my head. I don't really pay attention to phone numbers.
Okay. Lovely. All right. And
Wait,
let's
do
take a
cops
break
not
from
subpoena
the
contacts?
text for a little while
Okay.
and get into some actual questions, but we will be going back to that. Okay.
Of course.
Bro, this guy, man. Oh my god.
Now, Princess Elena, how long
I don't
have
know
you
how
been
this
mayor
is
of
going to
Wayne
help
County?
him.
I don't know how
would
this
say
is
it's
allowed,
been
bro.
A little bit under 4 months now.
Okay. And in that time, have you ever known Blaine County to have a balanced budget?
Yes.
Oh, not just in my 4 months as mayor, but I was, ever since I became involved as part of the cabinet for Kyle Pred, and then after that, part of the cabinet for Mumbles, and then becoming mayor myself. Blaine County has always struggled with infrastructure issues and not being able to support itself, except,
Lie.
in the case that we decide to basically force DCSO to work for scraps.
And would you be able to
DCSO
identify
can't approve scrap
contributing
sales.
factors that have led to
Well,
the financial state of the county?
that was a whole nother matter we
Yeah, I
uncovered.
would say
But
that. I mean, from the point that the counties were divided, there was never enough infrastructure in Blaine County to support it through passive income the way that Los Santos County has. Los Santos County makes
Ooh, that sounds
significant,
fun.
goodness gracious, significant amounts of money from sale and rental of vehicles, as well as the food court, taxation on that, all the, purchase and sale of properties in Los Santos County. There's significant amounts of passive income coming into Los Santos County. Blaine County makes about, I think at last time Barrett checked, it was like $2,000 a month from car rentals in Polito. We make some money from gas and when people go purchase things at U-Tool. But that doesn't really happen much, and we have no ability to tax any of our industries. So hunting, fishing, lumber, we make nothing from. Despite the fact that actually, in Los Santos,
I think
County,
Michael
we
wanted to
buy
twat something, but
meat.
didn't
You
go out.
remember that time we taxed
The
the
lady
industry in
down
Los Santos? I remember
was
that.
it
Mm-hmm.
It was a good
I don't know
time.
where she gets her meat from.
Remember who
She
fought
doesn't
it?
buy from us.
Uh-huh.
People in our cabinet.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And in your experience, has
I
the
think they
county,
fucked up by
Blaine
not calling
County,
me.
required some assistance from Los Santos in order to stay afloat?
Not
at
Murphy,
time?
but
I would say it would help. I mean, I don't think that we've received much in the way of support from Los Santos County financially. We've, been able
Yeah,
to
because
get
you're fucking begging us for it.
some amount of reimbursement for the money that we spend on paying for food and housing for inmates at Bolingbroke, as well as the
I
for
don't think that's what I meant.
defender,
Oh yeah, that is true. That is true.
clerks,
You're right. I did.
judges
I
and
did.
justices, things like that. And that
I think
helps.
there was a then thing, and then
But
now thing
there's
happened.
definitely certain things that Los Santos County, ideally could be
Oh.
getting us some support with. But
Why?
it's politically there's always going to be a concern about putting yourself in the pocket of a different legislature.
Okay. And in regards to this reimbursement you mentioned, is that the nature of your exchanges with Justice Falconer regarding what he testified about?
Yes, so the
A voluntary reimbursement, by the way.
reimbursement had been happening for a while. The 16 million was prepaid in the wake of the change in Marshall and DOC structure, so they weren't under the DOJ anymore. That was Murphy's decision to pay that in advance.
How you doing, Ava?
And I did make a mistake
Good, how
on
are
the numbers because I had just been going off of
this was going on.
it was in the same category. I didn't realize, but Murphy pointed it out, and so that.
I'm sorry, you keep saying Murphy. Could you clarify?
Oh, sorry,
that you're
sorry. Oh
talking-
my goodness, Murray.
Just
Murray
language
and I
interpret's
clarified it,
pretty good.
and that
Yeah.
residual money,
You should be
the
at every
difference
trial.
between the what was it, 11 million and 14 million, that went to the next week of reimbursements. So that was all accounted for.
Okay, so no money actually ended up missing or unreported or anything like that. It was
Nope.
just a misunderstanding or whatever.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I would call it that too. If
Now,
I was in
Princess,
court.
what have you made budgetary expenses on for Blaine County in your time as mayor?
Oh, that's a wide scope. You
Budgetary
probably didn't
expenses.
want to
I
open.
mean, aside from the
You're
fact
not
that the
wrong.
portion of Blaine County.
Oh, Wes is gonna love that.
Paying,
That is a wide scope.
as well as paying for things like.
Ask me everything.
Subsidies for hunting and fishing, like people who sell back their game and fish to the county. We pay for that kind of thing, as well as whenever the police arrest someone for drug-related crimes, the county has to pay a certain amount for rehab for the locals. So all of that money gets taken out consistently.
Hey, remember when I brought that down a significant
and
amount
then we
like
got the money,
ages
you know,
ago,
for the
Nino?
stuff that we
Mm-hmm.
get reimbursed for.
Mhm.
And then
By
additionally,
a
Almost like
lot.
a BCSO patrol up north. They
I
have
have
Oh,
seen,
yeah.
money to spend on that.
Wait, wouldn't they need to pay
in the form of
less for rehab if
subsidizing
more people are getting caught?
businesses,
Because
property
there's
purchases,
That is
less people on
No.
drugs.
grants
Yeah.
for different
No, because the
businesses
less
and for
drugs that are
events.
going out, the less rehab
Um,
the county has to pay
and,
for. So I kept destroying
yeah,
moonshine
I think
stills like
that's-
months and months and months
for the
ago,
most
and the
part
Yeah.
money went down
Like
significantly. That was
millions.
by the-
And
The
Yeah.
way she said it was
to the best
the
of your
more
knowledge,
people
are
get
those- are
arrested, the
those
more they need to pay. And it's like,
expenditures
that doesn't make any sense.
in
No.
accordance with
No, yeah.
the applicable
Yeah.
legislations.
Yes, absolutely. All of the transactions state my name and the reasoning for the transaction, what the transaction was for.
I don't know. The council says purchase a
legislation,
grapeseed supermarket.
specifically mentions that any supplemental material that exists should be attached to that caption. But I'm not aware of, or rather, it doesn't state that supplemental material is necessary in that regard. It's a discretionary spending act.
Okay. Now, much has been made of certain property acquisitions and dispersals that you've made in your time as mayor, specifically in regards to certain businesses. Could you just explain for the court how the sale of the property to Mr. Delgado came about?
Sure. So that particular property sale, there was a property that went up. It was, I believe, Tina Turpentine on the property, and it had been decorated beautifully by Misha Standal, and they were interested in selling it to someone who would continue to use it as a mechanic business. They wanted $4 million for it, $3 million for the building itself, which is a pretty good price to anyone who is aware of the situation with property ownership these days. So $3 million for the property and $1 million for the interior design, which had already all been done. I purchased that property for
That is not true.
Blaine County.
Yeah, wait, what?
For
Wait, am I misunderstanding what she said?
I guess.
Yeah.
For
I might have misunderstood.
temporary ownership, right? The intention was always to give it to a potential business that would run a mechanic shop out of it.
Yeah, that's the point. The intent
Benny
was to give
had
it to
put
someone.
forward a business proposal, which was fantastic.
Is that in
multiple
evidence?
pages,
That's a good question.
nice logo.
Probably
with
not.
a little guy on it. Little guy in orange. It was like a little smiley face guy. I like that guy. Anyway, I decided to give Benny's business the same deal that I had given to Mayhem Motorworks in Polito when I had
You can
offered them
tell
the
who's
property,
like
which was I
people
would
know she doesn't drive a
allow them
Weevil
to take
though.
$1 million off of the price and give that back in BCSO repairs. So
Oh,
subsidized BCSO
okay.
repairs.
So she was telling the truth. Okay, I
That
misunderstood.
deal was agreed to. The business has been operating out of
Wait,
that
which part?
location ever since. They have
I'm
been
looking at this
giving
business,
BCSO free
and there ain't no
repairs.
picture of a little guy.
And
I am
it's
going to
been
try to be.
kind of developing into a really
what
nice club
time
in
are
Sandy
you
Shores.
usually?
It's been very busy.
Because it's a
Okay,
gang.
so you,
fucking
in
gas
terms of this
station.
$1 million discrepancy in the price, you
As I said,
basically
the
offered
Sac and
Mr.
Mirror Park's
Delgado the same
populated.
deal you had offered
It's
similar
very
businesses
populated
in the
there.
area.
There's lots of life there.
Yes.
Okay. All right. Perfect. Now, have any other expenditures that have come to light during this trial had anything to do with propping up local businesses and investing and subsidizing such things?
All of them. I mean,
Subsidizing
we've
with
had
what
over
budget?
a dozen
They have no money.
businesses open up in Blaine County since I've become mayor.
That hasn't stopped
We've
them.
got
Should have corp, but from my
it
perspective.
seems that a lot of people there their one major hurdle in trying to start a business.
Oh, I
is
think
properties, and I think that that's
she
very
can't
unfair to
explain
the issue.
away
And
all
my
that
goal and the reason
evidence.
I got elected has, it's always been because I want to bring life to Blaine County. I want the people of Blaine County to have places to go and things to do, and not have to go down to the city for everything. Because Blaine County people deserve that. They deserve
Her own
to
police
have
department comes down here.
things in Blaine County.
Immediately.
They deserve to have businesses. They deserve to have restaurants.
They didn't even
which
want to
we have
take
a
the
couple of
case.
now.
Oh fuck! I
They
woke up
deserve
time to
have
go
their
to
own
Los
I
Angeles.
patrol more in Blaine County than DCSO.
And so
and I don't
What the
patrol
fuck
there
did
at
that
all.
way
happen
I
to
see
those
it,
houses that Mumble's got?
not only my
I
job, not only
brought
my
that up,
duty, but
and
the reason I was
he's just
elected
holding
and
them.
what I was
Delver?
Yeah.
given the opportunity to
Yeah.
represent
Which is
the people.
concerning for the next
and
election,
so,
whoever takes
yeah,
it.
I 100% subsidized businesses opening, because in doing so,
I bet you know what the
I
word subsidized
brought life
means
to
like a
Blaine
week
County.
ago.
Okay. Now, what I want to ask is, in your
Eric, you're very
opinion,
intimidating right there. I'm just saying, staring down at me. Oh, that's okay.
In-
It's fun. That was just funny. Sorry.
in your opinion,
Ooh, they're erping.
having served as mayor of Blaine County
Hey,
for
that's how he got
1.5
quit
terms,
last
we'll
time.
call it,
Relax.
We'll round it to that.
Well, not
Don't slow
exactly,
down.
but
Would you consider Blaine County, a small town environment, so to speak?
Oh, 100%. Yeah, I think that the people who go in and out, I'd say maybe a tourist town. A lot of people tend to go in and out. But
if Wes had the tea,
residents
that'd
of
be a
Blaine County
fire away.
stay there,
Why were you
make their
fired
live there,
originally from Blaine County? That
there's
would
a very low population of those people.
was he?
At least compared.
Were you once the
Blaine County
deputy
to
mayor?
Wales County.
Why were you let go?
Okay,
Oh my God!
Do you think that it
Yeah,
would
'cause
be
it's a fucking
difficult for
shithole.
a mayor to function in
Hey,
their
Olive,
duties?
Sorry,
If they
sorry,
had
Murray, you live in
to
a shithole.
basically avoid serving people that they knew personally.
No, I don't think they'd find it difficult. I think that they would actually find it very easy in the same way that they would find it easy not to spend any money. It would just make them a terrible mayor. They would
see.
just be essentially sitting in their ivory tower, not serving
castle or
anyone
whatever.
because ironically, and it's ironic for those of us who are aware of why, it's a constant conflict of interest. Everyone's conflicted.
Okay. Acknowledging the asserted conflicts of interest here, let's turn the tables to you. Have you, now or ever, benefited personally or financially from the operation of Little Benny's or any businesses propped up by your initiative?
I have benefited only to the extent that I, as a resident of Blaine County, really enjoy going to those businesses.
yeah,
I
of
enjoy
course, it's your
living in
gang
a
block.
place where there's stuff to do, and I can go, visit those places,
Boost,
frolic
shop.
around.
Oh yeah.
The only benefit to me has been that I am happy when I am making Blaine County better. And so, yeah, it makes me feel good.
Wonderful. All right. I'm going to switch topics from the financials to the more serious accusations of terrorist involvement. So,
Oh, right.
Princess.
Yep.
Are you familiar with the group that styles themselves the League of Evil?
I sure
The
am now.
scope is so wide right now, chat.
How did you come to be familiar with this group?
That would have been, like three-ish months ago. Yuri Popov, was posting a bunch of things on Twitter about how he was going to drown all the fish in the Alamo Sea.
Oh my
Which I
God.
thought was mostly just funny. He approached me at the courthouse, during a trial, I believe, and said to me, "Hey, I'm starting this group of evil villains or something. You want to be a part of it?" And I said, that sounds funny. I used to do this thing where I would dress up in a mask and a hat, and I would put worms in people's cars and call myself the early bird.
When I
Sure.
go down,
What?
remind
And
me
then
that
I
my
never talked
defense
to
is
him
going to
about it
be
again.
SPS.
I think at one point he tried to get me
Yeah.
to or like texted me.
Oh my God.
I was kind of
Michael, why'd you blow up
too
the
busy.
courthouse?
I didn't really
SBS.
know that they were going to do anything other than
It was
drown
funny.
fish in the Alamo Sea, which is what they had been doing at the time. Then I come to find out that they're a terrorist organization.
Oh.
Terrorism is okay as long as you start the terrorism by saying knock knock.
It was like, let's make a bottle cap economy, I think is what.
Yo, this fucking guy, bro.
And drown a bunch of fish. Yeah. After that, I didn't really have any contact with him or anyone who said to me that they were a member of a League of Evil. And I guess I probably talked to some people who were part of it because it seems like everyone and their mother is.
Okay. But you're not. You never joined their rank.
I mean, I said let's drown fish together one time at the courthouse 3 months ago.
Oh my God, she's
and then
evil.
Didn't actually ever talk to them again. I thought that it was like one of those, one day
There,
little
she drowned the fish.
things that wasn't going to go anywhere, and so it was literally just that one conversation.
Okay. And on the topic of things that that you didn't do, I just want to clarify from your perspective. Have you ever provided financial or material support to the League of Evil or any other terrorist organization in the city or the county?
No, it wasn't.
No, never. No, legitimately, that's insane.
Have you ever offered to provide material or financial support?
No.
Okay. Can you think of any reason why the League of Evil or their representatives, either here or dearly departed, as it were, would think that you have offered them sums of in excess of $5, $7, $8, $9 million? Various numbers that have been mentioned.
I genuinely am so confused by the concept of even that. No, I like.
Misstatement of testimony. That's what they were
Absolutely
trying
not.
to get out of Nino.
Like,
Oh
if I
my
had to rack
God.
my brain and think
$5
about
that's how
it,
much
then
Blaine County could afford.
maybe I would say that
Mhm.
they think that they're doing me a favor by attacking Los Santos County, and so they think I should owe them stuff for that. But I never spoke to anyone about that. I never heard from any of them about any of that. No clue.
And Princess, have you yourself ever been victim of an attack, responsibility of which was ultimately claimed by the League of Evil?
Oh yeah. Jose Gerardo has repeatedly targeted me. I've reported it to the police a couple times. I've had a couple days there where I had, BCSO
Jose Gerardo, the guy that
accompanying me because there
Murphy
was,
put a writ up.
Yeah.
that was
Wow,
happening.
this isn't
Wait,
safe
hold
yet.
on.
Was threatening
It's on the record.
blow up Blaine County, blow up the
Christ.
castle, assassinate me directly.
I guarantee you he put his trial
And
notes
also,
together with fucking
even
crayons.
a couple weeks ago, there was a bunch of signs that
He did.
apparently
They told me
Oh my
that
God.
they
on my
used him
castle
as a
saying,
litmus
"Death to the
test.
princess."
Yeah, of course they did.
Yeah.
Okay. And it's your belief that Jose Gerardo represents this League of Evil?
He has said that to me, yes.
Okay.
You know he's your fucking client, you dumb
He'll
kid.
say
And I
Alright.
think it's in the evidence for this case.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my God. Wait a
And,
minute.
I want to refer to something that was
Wait,
brought
hold
on
up.
the prosecution side
Uh-huh.
as a point of suspicion.
Didn't he say at the beginning of this that it's an
Princess,
open case?
It has been said in testimony that you had
Even though it's
awareness
not
of
really.
the
Amanda
attack at
Miss
the
is, like,
dam.
open, even though
Did you have
Grayson
any awareness of
set a
the
precedent
attack
from it.
at the dam?
Yo!
My
yeah.
awareness of that attack at the dam was what I
Yo,
can
wait,
only,
hold up.
explain.
Yo,
as
wait.
happenstance.
Wait, hold on a second,
There
dude.
was a state announcement saying,
By the way,
if you're in Mirror Park or the
Tilly's been
sewers,
trying to wake up
be aware of
the past
sudden
like 20
violent
minutes,
flooding.
but her
That's
game
when you
won't load
think,
in.
okay, yeah, something's threatening the dam. Then you had Hell and High Water twat out. There's a stop terrorism's bad, so I thought, okay, maybe it's a terrorist attack. Yeah, the Constance twatted out saying Yuri Popov has a fetish for being caught afterwards. Also,
Nice.
hey, just thought I'd point out that a cop called me and told me all about it. Actually, all about the fact that it was the League of
I
Evil.
would like to know about that
and
one.
that I should be concerned because he thought they were going to target me next.
And which officer was this?
That would have been Officer Frodo Dachi.
Okay.
Motherfucker!
All right.
You'll say.
So, and did you have any awareness or involvement in any activities which occurred and have been mentioned at the Vinewood sign?
No. I saw a picture on Twatter of people standing next to the Vinewood sign posing. That's the only thing I knew about that.
Yo!
Do you have any of your own theories as to why the League of Evil might claim your involvement?
I mean, it's probably quite beneficial to them. I mean, sowing dissent, they literally, what Constance said in her testimony, that the entire goal of the League of Evil is to sow dissent and cause chaos within the government organizations of, of San Andreas, and so obviously they'd want.
I think that's a
everyone
good
to mistrust
argument.
Each other.
So in theory, this trial is the biggest success.
Okay, wonderful.
That's a good way of looking at it.
Let me
Yo!
just take one moment to
True.
just check my notes here.
Are we going back to the text messages?
Okay. I feel like this is extremely tertiary and unimportant, but I gotta ask. Did you ever sell Junior Huntley an island?
No.
Oh, because she stole them.
So, were
Wait.
you aware at the time Junior Huntley
The only
asked for
reason
an
she
island
didn't is because he couldn't fucking
that
afford it.
it was state property
Yeah,
and
not through like a
unable to
trying.
be sold?
Yeah. That'd be a good
No,
cross
actually,
question.
At that point, I wasn't.
Huh.
And
Oh, well, she
but you
just
never
affirmed it.
did sell him an island again.
No.
Okay. And let me think.
I tried to sell guns to someone, but don't worry, guys. They didn't have the money at the time.
Why did you have the time to do
I
that?
didn't do anything wrong.
Okay, I wanna briefly address this Twatter drama. Could you elaborate a bit on this supposed deal to transfer Twatter from someone to another person, even though it is quote unquote a state business?
Sure. So that was actually presented to me by a few people who had pointed out that there's a couple of issues with Twatter and that there were things that they wanted changed. And we were, struggling to figure out how we could get those things changed. And Helen Highwater pointed out that the best possible option, she said, was because there's no one claiming, personal ownership of Twatter, by claiming the company, best case scenario, no one would contest it, and we could make Twatter better by, as actually happened. As a result of this, the block feature was added. That's been super helpful. But at
Nothing to
worst,
do with
someone
what she
would come
did.
contest it, and then we could be like, hey, you're the one who needs to fix this. That said, though, I approved it, and then it was meant to be approved by a judge or not approved by a judge. I don't actually know what happened after that, after I approved it. But yeah, after I approved it, enough commotion was made that they added the block feature.
Wait, block feature of what?
That's great. I don't know how
You can
relevant
block
it is to
people on
this
Twitter
case,
now.
but I just want to
Oh.
clarify this for the record as well. Is did you ever at any point have reason to believe that Twatter was owned by the state or operated by the state?
Oh my god.
No, I wasn't actually. It kind of sounds really creepy if the state does own it. Feels very like 1984 kind of thing.
But that was not listed in any legislative document or the Constitution or
Not that I
any
was aware of,
guidelines
no.
Huh?
regarding business.
Wait, I'm
for
so
fuck's sake.
confused.
Nope.
Okay, perfect.
But even the argument that Murphy's trying to
but
make,
that deal
what is...
ultimately just fell by the wayside anyway.
I mean, yeah, except for the fact that it did what it was intended to do, which was to
Twatter is
cause,
not owned by the state. Is it
whoever
owned by
owns
Princess
Twatter
Elena?
from
No.
coming
Therefore,
out of their
Yeah,
little
exactly.
hidey hole
where
and
has he
fixing
gotten
issues.
here?
Was it unorthodox? Perhaps. But it worked. And now Twatter has a block button.
Wait, is she claiming she did that?
Yeah.
And,
a whole lot of stuff that the state had.
jeez,
Unlike texting.
so I'm just gonna get into some meat and potatoes questions here. Have you ever?
You know what's
attempted
funny?
to secede Blaine County
We actually
from
pay the guy who
union
does it.
with Los
His name is
Santos
Nick
County
Simone.
and form your own
We
separate.
sent an
government?
invoice this morning.
Good.
When Helen called me about it, I told her to go
Have
bother
you
Max Frame
ever
about Twitter.
engaged in similar activities that would be considered to have treasonous intent?
No, not at all. Actually, Mumbles did. I didn't.
Okay.
I mean, he was
Have
literally
you?
Grapeseed Republic. I don't know if you guys remember that.
See.
Yep.
And have you ever, now or in the past, supported, again, provided material support or financial support to any terrorist organization?
No, absolutely not.
Okay. And do you have any reason to believe that there might be bad faith in this case against?
Wait, what?
Yeah. Yeah.
Can't wait to hear this.
And okay, let's see.
Are we just gonna skip over that?
I just
Come on.
I just want to take a brief moment.
I would love for him to
to
use names. That'd make
go
this
over
even
some
spicier, to be honest.
Text messages again, real quick.
Right. Yeah, I loved that part.
All right, so there is one particular text message that I think bears
You know that Shane Gillis
clarification.
gif where he puts the gun in his mouth?
There was
Actually,
something including
I'm sorry,
in the
Braun, really
evidence.
quickly. I
Yeah?
would like a point of clarification here. Can I ask? I'm a little baffled here.
Oh, please.
If you have belief of a bad faith in this case being pressed against Princess Elena, why did you not motion for a mistrial?
Oh, let's go!
I asked her if she had any.
Oh, yeah,
Right,
no
but
balls.
You as her attorney, I'm sorry that I have to speak to you for it.
Yo, no balls, do it. Oh, this is good.
Well, I don't have an opinion one way or the other. I'm just responding to the facts as
fucking
presented.
should.
and
Okay. Let me
trying to get the
clarify.
information
If
from
your
the people
client,
answer
no,
that?
unfortunately, Elena, you can't. If your client believes there's bad faith against her, why did you not?
Well, I don't know. I haven't coached my client. I haven't asked her this question.
Oh, boy.
Okay, you can continue.
Yo! Oh, man. Oh,
There's
shit.
one text message that I think is very important that we
Yo!
that we analyze very closely and very carefully. It is an exchange regarding a possible bomb which was found nearby the castle. Could you explain that text exchange and whether this was a bomb or something that looked like a bomb? Just explain.
Oh, sure. Yeah, I don't know, like, I don't remember exactly what the text messages said, but basically, this was
He
2
tried
months
to
ago.
convince the
There was a
court
bomb threat at the
that
castle.
maybe,
I told my father,
do you think someone like Junior or Nino, etc., targeted you?
let the cops know. Ventura was the one who responded.
But the reason he's not going to do it is if he does, he's going to get
he let
fucked
me know. I
because
wasn't even at the
there's no
castle. He
evidence.
basically said to me,
And it,
hey, I think it was just Leo doing Leo things. I think that's exactly the text he sent me. Leo doing Leo things. There's, the bomb's not real. So I was like, okay, that's cool. Awesome. Figured the police had done their job. There was no active threat. The next day I was like looking around the castle, just in general, or just happened to be like, walking around it, and I found what I guess had been the bomb Leo had placed. It was like a little, like a black, like bouncy ball kind of thing with a string sticking out of it. Like one of those. It looked like a.
yo, the interpreter is like an all-star.
With like a little red string on the end. Later that day, I didn't touch it. I left it where it was, which I guess you should charge me with littering. Anyway, there was a dinner party that night. It was like a promotional event kind of thing. Edgar was the one hosting it. New Epsilon
I think
were
Pockets thinks
recording
that
the whole
the
thing bunch of
state
people there
pays for
dressed up as
defense.
each other. It was like a, I don't know, like reality show kind of thing. I've never seen the TV show, so I wasn't really sure. That's just what they told me. Anyway, I was in the audience of it, and at one point, the story of the dinner went in the direction.
Oh
of, like,
my
someone
lord.
opens a briefcase and there's a bomb.
This is on Belena
and
commentary.
I texted Edgar being like, "Hey, do you need a bomb to use as a prop?" Because I just
Wait.
there was one.
Yo.
At the castle. It's like
Court.
a little, you know, the
Wait.
bow with the string attached to it.
Court.
And he was like, "Oh my gosh, yes." And I was like, "Okay, disclaimer. The cops told me we're good. The cops told me that this isn't a real bomb. But I don't know for sure. So there's always gonna be that chance." And so I brought the bomb over. This was also, for the record, I think it was said on the in the evidence that this was during Edgar's house arrest. This was far after Edgar was no longer on house arrest.
Okay. Thanks for clearing that up. Obviously,
Did she
that
clear it
exchange
up?
could look concerning without.
I don't
additional
remember what the
details
question
that
is.
could
I'm
have
gonna be
been
honest.
provided, but were likely ignored. So, let's see. Anything else I want to cover before I let you go over to the prosecution?
Can't wait.
Okay.
No, that's what I'm saying.
Are there any transactions or items on the financial side that
It's gonna be okay.
you have an awareness might have
It's
been
gonna be
done in
okay, Danger.
error that might clear up some of the
Everything's gonna be
I'm gonna
fine.
think about food before Wes gets a shot at this.
similar to that discrepancy?
Of course.
Yeah, I guess I could point out, because I know that it was mentioned in evidence, the
Poor guy.
banana. So when I purchased that property in Polito, that
Wait, is
I
Danger
was
here?
going to, as
Yeah.
well,
He is,
use as a
The deputy
How
of
long has he
Blaine
been
County.
here?
or
3 hours.
rent to
Yep.
buy.
He stepped out just a little bit.
Business
but-
Yeah,
owners.
bro, Charles Danger, you need to take off that fucking
I
cloak from
had
Harry Potter,
rented
man.
out
Fuck you.
That
Mm.
place, half to Nana Banana.
I know you were
half
here.
to
About
James
what?
McCarthy was gonna run a pub out of it.
so far, how bad?
Yeah,
And
Very.
the pub ended up falling through.
Well, it depends what
and,
side you're on.
I looked for
Yeah.
another, owner for
Yeah.
that side of the property. Didn't find
Look on
one.
the bright side. In
Actually, that was
a
where
week and a half, you're gonna
Helen
have a
was going
way
to
better
rent Twatter
job
out of,
with
but
a way
instead
more
that
competent
culminated
mayor.
The block feature and all that. And
Bro, I don't
didn't,
like this is
go anywhere.
Jesus Christ.
At that point, Nana Banana was interested in purchasing that property.
You know
so
this
that she was
meme?
able to run her business, securely. I understand people wanting to own the property.
You know
that they're
this
operating
meme?
out of.
She got a really good
and
memory. I'll
so
give her that.
I sold it to her for less money, which had always been,
What?
Where it's like
the subsidizing those properties had always.
Nino's gonna be trying to puppet Blaine
the fact
County.
That business was sold to.
He always was, and it's like Charles Danger. Yeah. Deputy
My duty as mayor of Blaine
I'm
County
too lazy to be a
is to
criminal.
make sure.
I'm actually waiting for someone to be like, this side is just a bunch of sympathizer for Los Santos, and Danger's like, hey guys, I'm the acting deputy mayor.
Necessarily mean that
My own
every
crime is
transaction
hanging out
has
with
to
you,
be
Karen.
has to be in the
I
positive.
get called up there, bro. I'm gonna have a heart attack.
He sort of did that with the laugh legislation. Oh yeah, we got Danger to sign it
And,
as the deputy
Princess
mayor
Elena, are you
to see if we can
aware
get him
of
to get
any,
power while she's out.
laws, criminal codes, or legislative bills which would require a mayor of Blaine County to adopt the lottery system espoused by the Nino Chavez
Ethics.
administration in
Morals.
terms of
Oh my
dispensing
god,
of
I got that on
conscious
my bingo
properties?
card. Nino did it first.
No, absolutely not.
And
Yeah.
do you have a specific reason why you chose
wait, what bingo
not to
card?
do it in such a way?
Oh,
Falconer, I need you to say
so,
something
when
snarky,
Nino
and
does
then
that,
we need to go and
which
revive
is
Fucking
when he
Fury.
also,
He's been doing
sells
that for the
those
last like
properties
3 hours.
for
What are you
lotteries
talking
that
about?
had a
Nino
loss.
drop.
I punched that
Which
box
is exactly what I've been
forever
doing
ago.
In terms of subsidizing these.
Shit.
Definitely
Doing
said
it with
something
residential
snarky.
properties.
100%.
I'm doing it with commercial properties.
Like if 5 grand was all
I'm
Blaine County could
looking
afford to pay the
for,
terrorists.
added benefits, to Blaine County.
Why am I
properties
catching you
that
guys? Come on.
serves the county
Well,
better
you're supposed to be
make
on the
sure
other
that
side of the
people who
courtroom.
are going to run these businesses and
Yeah,
the
that's a
businesses that are
little,
going to
it's a
operate
little
out
far
of
away. I'm
these
not
facilities
gonna
are
Oh,
businesses
Yuri
that are
Popov
able
needs to
to
show up
prove to me
alive.
that
I'll
they
get a
can stick
bingo.
around, that they're going to be open consistently, that they're going to provide
It's not
something
Sunday
to the
though.
community. And so I have
That
gone
a
through
Jesus reference?
all of the business
No.
proposals that have been sent into Blaine County.
No, it's just when he does
in
his
some
terrorism.
If I asked you to
situations,
work
I
for Blaine
have
County, would you do it?
advertised saying, hey, you know, like if you are interested in starting a business in Blaine County, you know, reach out to myself or one of my cabinet members. I'm fairly certain that, unless, you know, something recent may have occurred, every single business that was interested in a property in Blaine County has gotten one. We've got over a dozen businesses now. And I've made sure that the people who are running these businesses are aware of the importance of being in Blaine County. Yes, I will prioritize.
You know, it might have been Yuri's
Blaine
joke a
County
moment.
That's what they're
I found them
supposed
guilty of second degree
and
murder.
not Los Santos County businesses that just want to branch out, right?
Right.
Because, you know, Blaine County has not a huge amount of consistent residents. But the people who are consistent
You know, me
residents
and my
of Blaine
11
County,
cousins, we want
they
commercial
stick around. Those
properties
people
for
are
businesses.
resilient.
Totally
Those people
ethical.
are willing to
Nothing
fight the
fishy about
obstacles.
this.
And there's a lot of
We don't need
obstacles. I mean, if you have a
legislation
choice to start a business in Blaine County or in Los
I mean,
Santos
I'm
County,
sold. You kind of got
why
me
would
with
you
that
start
one.
with
Thank
Blaine
you.
County?
Yeah.
Either you
I'll
live
sign you
there
one
and it's
right
your
now.
home and it has your whole heart,
I only got a few days
or
left.
because you have
You've,
some kind of
look for an
incentive deal
application
that, you
from
know, is gonna make
Pike or
things easier.
Rizal.
I'm not trying to offer that when there's people
Danger, can I
who
buy a chicken
genuinely
factory?
really care about Blaine County.
Don't you dare.
And are going
Has
to
this
be
turned into like a campaign
every
rally?
single day.
Yeah, I was actually
Wonderful,
thinking
wonderful.
that for a second.
Okay. And
I used to cook meth
here.
in that factory. Oh,
What? I'm sorry, Nino. What did you just say?
huh?
What did you just? Did you just say something?
Is Danger
Actually,
doing my
I
Nino,
have
the
no
Nino
further
impression again?
questions,
You know
for the
what?
time being.
Probably was the one. Must have been the one.
Yeah.
This is where the fun begins.
So, weed and little soul, you know, it's a lot to attend to.
Did I like wake up in the middle of the rape with a four on my back? The same little soul, or like a different one?
I don't know. I mean, I don't know.
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
I feel like I don't even have to ask you to come up here, Wes. I see you salivating at the mouth. Come on.
Yeah, bro.
All
This
right.
the scope is so big.
okay.
I don't think
Mayor
we're gonna be
Elaine,
done till midnight.
At the beginning of your testimony, hi, how
Go
are you?
get a Red Bull. Hold on.
Oh, I'm good, thank you. How are you?
Not too bad.
You're not on the stand.
I was earlier.
Sorry. I know you were.
I get it though. I'm gonna try to make this as easy for you as I can. Okay, so at the beginning of your testimony, you discussed the Blaine County Authority account legislation. Is that correct?
I did, yes.
You described it as a discretionary spending act. Is that your opinion of it?
I mean, yes. Yes?
Okay.
It's not the discretionary spending act because that's a different act, but it is an act that allows for the mayor to spend.
for
I
the
feel like
part
she's about to
discretion,
perjure herself.
Where it says what you have to
Okay.
say. No.
And are you familiar
Guys,
with
that's still my mayor up
Article
there.
That would imply she knows what she's talking about.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. I don't remember what I said because I just said it in the moment.
What
Guys,
is
come on, give her a
the
break. She's trying, guys,
reason
come on.
that subsidizing profit,
Shut up.
or not
You're
profit, I
biased.
apologize. Subsidizing property.
No.
Laws, what reason does that fall under?
Chat, someone take that picture I showed
last
you
night, is it 6 or 5 or 6, I think. It's literally
and put Danger there with what I like. Yo, guys, help! Nino's
Okay.
gonna take. Is
And
gonna have a
Article
puppet
2,
government,
procedure, right?
and we're like,
And I'm gonna read
jokes
this to
on you.
If the mayor chooses
I always
to
did, and then
allocate
just like
funds,
Danger's
they
face.
must do it via bank transfer.
Someone's got
Within
to
the bank
be clever
transfer
with that.
details, the mayor
That
must
that would
explicitly
hit.
State, and what are the 3 things you need to state?
It says the name
We
of the
put
mayor,
Quantum in the
right,
background,
the
too.
Reason for purchase.
Danger and Quantum,
any
yeah.
Supplementary
Mike,
materials.
can you do me a favor?
Do I have to?
when
But then
win,
you
can
later
legislate that if something happens to you,
it
there
doesn't
will be
require
someone
you to put
picked
the
to take over.
supplementary
Oh, 100%.
materials in
Thank
the
you,
bank
thank you,
transfer
thank you.
column.
Love you, bro.
Is that
Thank you.
correct?
Yes, any supplementary materials means that if there are supplementary materials, they need to be listed.
Okay.
Doesn't mean
You then later
there has to be
referenced
supplementary materials.
right. You then later referenced contracts and agreements. Are any of those written?
When did I reference contracts and agreements?
Yeah, you said you gave, for instance, Benicio the same deal you give to every other business.
Oh yeah.
The same agreement, I believe, was your exact wording.